So this is the 5-minute allergy cure.
This is the 5-minute allergy cure. I got a signal on that while we were talking just a little bit ago.
Okay, so write that down too. I got a signal on, open quote, this is the 5-minute allergy cure. Very nice.
All right.
Très bien, très bien.
Now, I have a question about, okay, like last night when I was laying in bed and I was working on myself because of how I was feeling. And you know how I kind of made that comment going down the rabbit hole? Well, I feel like I was chasing it. Maybe I was doing it wrong. Maybe I should have gotten up and got on to the hub and tested to see what I needed to cure it. But I just kept asking questions, and that's how I got the pancreas had some type of infection going on, and I just kept removing that until it went away.
Right.
Was there an easier way of doing it? That's my question.
Test this question. Should I look for easier ways of doing this?
Should I look for easier ways? No. Right away, I was like, no.
See the great.
I'm always looking for easier ways.
see the great thing. The thing that you want to realize is that the great thing about this is that in the middle of curing something, you cure something else. As long as you're not looking for shortcuts.
True.
You know, if you're just wandering around curing things, then you cure all kinds of things.
What is that I'm looking at? Your computer?
You are looking at my office, the front of it.
Your office.
And you're going to be looking at the screen of my computer in 1 minute. See, what I do is I go on this function, and now we're on screen sharing.
Oh, nice.
See, in that way, up can come the, for example, let me just zoom out here. I'll just show you. That's my Facebook page. But what can come up is, for example, the allergies lesson.
Oh, okay.
You know? So here's the good old remove viruses, cure cancer. You notice I actually changed skill 1. If you notice right here, I changed skill 1 and it now says cure physical diseases.
Okay. What did it say before?
Well, it used to say remove, install, and no, but I changed remove, install, and no, which is its own skill. I changed that to its own set of lessons.
So, okay.
And everything.
So it's what, 4, it's 3:30 your time and 10:30 in the morning my time.
That's the movie that's ubiquitous on that page. But anyway, here's the, you know, there's like 10 applications here. One is remove pathologies, the safety web. And number 6 is stop allergies.
Yep.
And so see we can just pop over to the stop allergies lesson here. So the question, I guess the question I want to here's this. We were on this the other day, right?
Yes.
Do you? I wanted to say, did you know that accepting organ transplants, like, you know, getting your liver, accepting your liver transplant, is the same thing as stopping any allergy? See, here it says stop medication allergies and pain. All these things are pretty much the same things that you've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the same operation that you've been doing.
Right.
So, welcome to my world.
Good to be here. All right.
Generally, when we meet, you want to allow an hour afterwards where you don't have anything to do so that you can immediately do any assignments that you get given.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
I
it's-
will remember that in the future.
Yeah, it's always best to start assignments immediately.
Well, it's fresh in your mind.
Yeah, well, right, and then you don't have to. I mean, obviously, some assignments take the rest of your life, so you don't have to actually try to complete the assignment right after we meet. But it is kind of a good thing to, be able to just do the assignment.
Yeah.
Or do some of it. Now, can you sit back in your chair? Are you all sitting all the way back yet?
Back?
Yeah, I want you to really.
All right.
Okay, so is this the 5-minute allergy cure here?
I have found that other symptoms have started popping up. When I go, you know how I said that I could just neutralize everything?
Yeah.
Well, things keep coming back. Like it'll go away and then something else will come up.
Okay.
An example would be last night. I just kept feeling almost sick to my stomach, which I haven't felt sick to my stomach before. And if it was an old pattern, I had forgotten about it. And I found that the more I asked my body, I traced it to my pancreas, and that I had some opportunist infections, and I removed those, but it kept coming back and coming back. I worked on it for like 2 hours before my nausea finally went away.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, so is this the 5-minute allergy cure?
I don't know. It's not 5 minutes, it was like a 2 hour.
But you finally did cure the allergy.
I think I did, and actually...
Well, I mean, the symptoms went away.
Yeah, the symptoms went away.
So in that sense, you cured the symptoms anyway.
Yeah. My muscles, well, not when I muscle test, when I test...
Well, test this... Okay, wait. Is what we're doing muscle testing?
No.
Okay. But you keep saying it is. I wonder why that is.
Because that has been I have been muscle testing for like 6 years. And that's how I started, like, I have to see what foods were going to make me have a reaction.
So you've been muscle testing for 6 years, and in that 6 years, did you ever experience the symptoms disappear the way you did in what you were just telling me?
No.
So in other words, you've been muscle testing for 6 years and never cured your allergies. Then you started doing this and cured your allergies.
Yes.
And this isn't muscle testing, but you keep calling it muscle testing.
I know, I'm sorry.
Isn't it strange? Why would you do that? Isn't that the weirdest thing?
Because I muscle tested it in a very similar way. I don't, when I muscle
Is
test,
this
like,
actually similar to muscle
test?
test? Is this similar to muscle testing?
Yes.
In what way?
My signal is the same, because I don't do it like people do that. I do it where I get a signal in my hand.
Yeah, I just saw
I
saw your finger move. Your little pinky just moved.
Yeah, my
Hold your pinky higher.
Hold it higher?
Just let's see. What does the movement look like?
Okay. Is this similar to muscle testing? It just kind of jumps.
Right. Now, is that similar to muscle testing?
And for me it is. Because I would just get I would go to the store and I'd say, can I...
Say, Wendy, Wendy, I want to ask you, is it possible that it's similar to muscle testing for you because you're dysfunctional?
Is it similar to muscle testing for me because I am dysfunctional? Not getting anything.
Okay, good. So it's not because you're dysfunctional. See, it seems to me that muscle testing tests for weakness. Am I right? Muscle weakness.
That's correct.
Uh-huh. And when your finger jumps, is that a signal of weakness?
No, it's my signal for an answer of yes.
Yeah, so I would say that it's actually your muscle is stronger when it jumps, like it contracts.
Yes.
So actually, what you're doing is the exact opposite of muscle testing.
It's my way of getting an answer, and I've used it for quite a
Yeah,
while.
exactly. That's great. It's wonderful. It's super, terrific. It's obviously the exact opposite of muscle testing, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
The similarity for me is
I mean,
that I was getting an answer with muscle testing, and I'm getting an answer with this testing with my finger.
ask me a question.
Ask you a question. Do you have allergies?
What?
Do you have allergies?
Yes, I've cured some allergies. Now, did you just get an answer?
Yes.
Is that muscle testing?
No.
So there is something in your mind that's kind of like, test this question, is it a neurological groove?
Is it a neurological groove? Yes.
Okay, neurological grooves are things you're supposed to cure.
Okay.
So there's a lesson on them, and I'll tell you where to find it. Let me roll down this page that we're on here. And right up here at the top, I'm going to zoom the camera up so our listeners can see it. Right up here, it says lessons. Do you see where it says lessons? You see it?
I see it.
Okay, and this is on it. And when you click on lessons, you go to a gigantic page.
Okay.
That has 3 columns, and it just keeps going down and down and down. These are the lessons. All these lessons, okay? And I'm not going to go down to all the way to the end, but you get the idea, right? And
Right.
these are all things that can cure you at one time or another of one thing or another. Okay, so right now, what we've discovered is you got neurological grooves, and you're going to do that lesson. It'll be under N.
Okay.
And at the top of the page, I'll just show you the top, there's an alphabet, and if you click on letters of the, see that? If you click on the letters of the alphabet, it takes you way down 18 screens all the way to N. Okay?
Okay.
So we won't work on that right now, but let's just try this. Just say this thing, I'm now removing all neurological grooves.
I'm now removing all neurological grooves.
And see if you get a signal.
I'm now removing all neurological grooves. I'm feeling clearer, but I'm not getting a finger signal.
Well, that's a signal. Feeling clear is a signal. But maybe you didn't remove all neurological grooves. So why don't we say I'm now removing some of my neurological grooves? And see if you get a finger signal on that.
I'm now removing some of my neurological grooves. I got a finger signal.
Okay, good. All right, so
You can see it when I do it or no?
I'm sorry, what? What'd you
Does it
say?
matter if you see my finger move or not?
I didn't see it, but we're going to take your word for it, baby.
Okay.
You can tell us when it moves and when it doesn't. It's not a problem. You are trusted here.
Good.
You are. Now, see, my job is to identify your symptoms, yes?
Yes.
So when you kept saying this is muscle testing, I identified a symptom. That's how I do it. Now, you're supposed to identify your own symptoms, too. Like you're supposed to be sitting around and you go, oh, I just did that strange thing. Like that's a symptom. Oh, I better check myself. What could that be, you know?
Right.
Okay? So that's how
I
you...
do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to come to the hub and then I check to see which one I'm supposed to look at that'll help clear it.
Right. And actually, this is, see, there's this gigantic directory of lessons. And then on the hub, if I go back to that, just for the benefit of our viewers here, so this is the hub. And we have here a different way of categorizing these things. All these lessons are boiled down to 12 skills. Like skill 12 is about your mission.
Oh, okay. I haven't looked at that one yet.
Test the number 1 through 12 and see what you get. Now I want you to lean back and relax in your chair.
Okay.
Really take a deep breath and just test the number 1 through 12.
I get lesson number 7.
Okay.
Or I get skill number 7, not lesson.
Skill 7, reclaim your immune system. And yesterday you were saying that you have immune dysfunctions, remember?
Right.
Now, in skill 7, I'm going to click on the lesson page, and there are an awful lot of things in skill 7.
Right.
For example, let me just give you one. Here's just a few. Negativities blocking immunity, opponents and allies. Test this question. Do I have any opponents who are interfering with me curing myself?
Do I have any opponents interfering with curing myself? No.
Okay. Do I have any opponents?
Do I have any opponents? Yes.
Okay. You'll need to do that lesson. Identify who they are and what they're up to. Okay? Okay, this is...
We're talking about the opponent's lesson.
Yeah. Point is that you're also going to want to go down the list of immune dysfunctions.
Okay.
You've printed that, right?
No, I still have not. I have to wait a couple more days, and then I'll be going and getting the headset and the special printer.
Okay, so you don't have your printer set up.
It's set up, I just don't have any ink right now.
Well, this is the list of immune dysfunctions, and it has letters here at the top so you can get around. It's also,
Okay.
It's gigantic.
Yes, it is.
I channeled these immune dysfunctions on the dead of winter in Philadelphia one year.
Oh, wow.
It was probably 1994. Oh, no, maybe it was probably 94. One of them here is limiting choices. Test if you've got that one.
Do I have limiting choices? Yes.
Okay, that's an immune dysfunction, and so you're going to have to make better choices, yes?
Yes, correct.
That's how you cure it. You see, you cure most things. There's something else that I want to show you. There's something I want you to work on.
Okay.
If we go to the home page, right? Let's do that.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the home page here for you. And on the home page, there...
Like you've cured your herpes, right?
Yeah, I am.
On the home page, there's right under this movie. You see, here's the movie that plays automatically. It's right all around you. See your face there,
Right.
Wendy? There you are. Right underneath it, there's the newbies video and text tutorial.
Okay.
Now, if you go in here,
Okay, hi.
it says, and there's movies. This is all movies too. It says symptoms that interfere with cure. Have you ever done this lesson?
I have not done that particular one.
Do it.
Okay.
Now this also has a movie that plays automatically. Have you ever watched it?
No.
Watch it. Now
Okay.
down here, when you're doing this lesson, it sends you to another lesson here. And the other lesson is called Counter-Symptomatic Behaviors.
Okay.
Counter-Symptomatic Behaviors. And if you click on that, this is in the accelerator lesson. Have you ever done an accelerator?
I have not.
Okay. All right.
So then,
The accelerator is on, let me show you the accelerator. The accelerator is on the hub,
okay.
and it is skill 2. It's the most important skill
Oh, okay.
once you have started curing physical diseases. The most important thing to do is accelerators. And the accelerator is basically a series of questions that you ask. There's a long form and a short form. We were kidding around about the IRS, you know. we made the accelerator like the IRS made the tax forms. So the short form is short. It just has these questions.
You know, I think I have looked at this.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to look at, I guess, isn't there?
Oh, there's tons of stuff.
Yeah, so there is a lot of stuff to look at. So now what I'm going to do here, Wendy, is I want to ask you again, is this the 5-minute allergy cure?
I get no.
Okay, test the question again.
Okay. Is this the 5-minute allergy cure? No.
Is it possible for anybody to cure an allergy in 15 minutes, let's say under 15 minutes?
Is it possible for anyone to cure an allergy in under 15 minutes? Yes.
Sure, if they've done months of other work. See, the catch is, of course there's a 5-minute allergy cure. It only takes 5 minutes to cure your allergy, but it takes long months of slugging away. Like, how long have you been doing this? When did you first discover it?
I'm thinking it was the 8th. No. Yeah, the 8th.
And today is the 22nd?
Yes.
So that's about 2 weeks, right?
Correct.
So you've been doing this for 2 weeks, but you have been doing very well, and perhaps that has something to do with that you had previous experience with healing. You've done EFT and you've done Reiki, yes?
Yes.
What level Reiki did you get to?
Just the first.
Okay. What's the difference between this and Reiki?
This, I feel, gives me more control. Reiki, I was channeling the energy. This, I'm in actual communication with my body in a different way, and I feel like I'm actually talking and my body is talking back to me.
Okay. Test if there's any other difference that would be good for you to name right now.
Are there any other differences? Yes. I wouldn't know what they are off the top of my head.
Just say whatever comes to your mind. That'll be it.
I like this protocol much better than Reiki. Reiki is a feel-good thing. This feels like I'm going down the rabbit hole and I'm finding things and I'm clearing them out.
What did you, I didn't actually understand what you said. You said Reiki is a something thing?
It makes me feel good. It's a feel-good thing.
Oh, Reiki is a feel-good thing and this is a going down the rabbit hole thing.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It doesn't always feel good, and I have to keep pressing forward and looking at things that I don't want to look at.
Well, that's one critical thing about this that makes a lot of people not like it. That you got to look at everything you don't want to look at.
Right.
And there's an awful lot of stuff you don't want to look at, and it's making you sick. That's what comes out when you're doing this. That you know, you've got a lot of stuff making you sick, and you don't want to see it, or to have anything to do with it, and you're hoping, everybody is hoping, that they can do Reiki or EFT or something where they do not have to interact with this stuff and it will just go away.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's you till you choose to change. You have to change.
You do.
Yeah, nothing goes away without you change. And you choose. Like you just tested that you were making bad choices, right, a minute ago. Right. So you got to make some better ones.
Admit that. Nobody wants to admit that.
Yeah, this is right. This is why people do not like IMMUNICS. That's why it doesn't go viral. This.
Yeah, I was reading that the other day on your post.
Yo, you did? Oh, what'd you think about that?
It was good.
Yeah, this is why IMMUNICS will never be viral, because things that go viral are things that everybody likes. And one person says, man, everybody's got to see this, and he sends it to everybody he knows, knowing it won't offend anybody. And they all get it, and they all love it, and they all send it to everybody they know. But with IMMUNICS, what happens is you like this and you say, oh, I got to send this to everybody I know. And you send it to them and you get all these people writing you back saying, I hate you, don't ever write to me again. You're not my friend.
What do you mean I have to work at it? I don't want to work at it.
Yeah, right. So it stops right there with you. See, that's the whole problem with this. It really... The tragedy has been that it never got to the people who would actually use it as their only weapon that they had to help to protect themselves from some monstrous thing that was happening to them. And they were so grateful for it. There have been so many people who've been so grateful for it.
Oh, yeah.
So many people down through the years who have been so grateful for it. But they never could get it because the other people would not send it to them because they said, no, people aren't going to like me if I send this to them. I don't want to send this to anybody. So the people who, needed it and would have really been so grateful never got it. So what we did is we made a cure team, which you're on.
Right.
And the cure team commits to passing. We're the knights of we're the Templars, We get people to the Holy Land.
There you go.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
No.
They used to get people to the Holy Land. That's what they did.
Okay.
They also created the first hospitals.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So they were also called the Hospitalers. And Switzerland was founded by them, and their symbol, which is that red cross, is Symbol's Red Cross, and it's also the symbol of the American Red Cross.
Cool.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yep, it goes back to the Templars, So we're the new Templars, and we're getting people to the Holy Land, Bringing them away, without them being harmed. Trying to, anyway.
Yeah.
And so, okay, but the point is that maybe because you've done some of these things like, Reiki and EFT and so on, you did some work, so you've done well with this in the beginning.
Right.
You took to it really fast, And some people other people who've never done anything, maybe they have to catch up and just work twice as hard and, spend all day at it for maybe, a long time, like months and months. Before they can cure anything. Sometimes. And then they have all these breakthroughs, and they think it's all fine now and I'm going to be okay, and they don't realize they still have to work a lot more.
I asked my body the other day how long it would take for the growth in my throat to go away.
Yeah.
And I got it by the end of June. So I marked it on the calendar just as it'll be pretty cool if it does happen that way.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for you. You've created a direction. You sent yourself a postcard from the future, and you know where you're going and how to work for it. You're trying to work towards it.
Yeah.
And then because you care about people, you will continue helping them get to that kind of destination for the rest of your life. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I actually started making a list of people that I want to personally call and share this with yesterday, and I have 5 people.
You know, I'll tell you something about that. What I would suggest is that you do your cure team work for a few weeks more before you call them, but you could also just give them a little poke on Facebook and see if they, or, you know, see if they...
I have a couple of them that are on Facebook, but the other are not.
I think you should confine your communicating to Facebook for a while, because what you're doing is practicing and you're learning, so you're getting, you know, you're getting a better perspective on this. You know, by doing that than you would by calling people.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I have a lot of things to work on here.
Well, you know,
this has been going.
now see, so here we go back to this 5-minute allergy cure. Test this question. Can I cure my allergies throughout the day in 5 minutes per time?
Can I cure my allergies throughout the day within 5 minutes time? Yes.
So what you want to do is keep spending these 5-minute increments throughout the day, and because you can make your symptoms disappear in 5 minutes.
Right.
Even though it took you 2 hours, you know, last night.
Right.
The number one trick is to number one, notice the first signal.
Okay.
And the first signal is going to be an emotional unease. It's not going to be. It's not going to be physical. It's going to be you're not in the calm, clear place.
I'm writing that down. Emotional unease.
No, you're tweeting it. You're supposed to tweet.
Oh, I totally forgot about tweeting. I had it open too, but I...
Is it open now?
I've got it open and I'm tweeting.
Okay, so these are your notes from this. My first signal will be an emotional unease.
Okay.
And that's one tweet, and then the next tweet is, and I can cure it in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So this is the 5-minute allergy cure.
This is the 5-minute allergy cure. I got a signal on that while we were talking just a little bit ago.
Okay, so write that down too. I got a signal on, open quote, this is the 5-minute allergy cure. Very nice.
All right.
Très bien, très bien.
Now, I have a question about, okay, like last night when I was laying in bed and I was working on myself because of how I was feeling. And you know how I kind of made that comment going down the rabbit hole? Well, I feel like I was chasing it. Maybe I was doing it wrong. Maybe I should have gotten up and got on to the hub and tested to see what I needed to cure it. But I just kept asking questions, and that's how I got the pancreas had some type of infection going on, and I just kept removing that until it went away.
Right.
Was there an easier way of doing it? That's my question.
Test this question. Should I look for easier ways of doing this?
Should I look for easier ways? No. Right away, I was like, no.
See the great.
I'm always looking for easier ways.
see the great thing. The thing that you want to realize is that the great thing about this is that in the middle of curing something, you cure something else. As long as you're not looking for shortcuts.
True.
You know, if you're just wandering around curing things, then you cure all kinds of things.
Yeah. When I was doing my work this morning, before we even talked, I was working on my thyroid and the growth, and I actually got that it was a pituitary imbalance, and I cured it.
Right.
So we'll see what happens then.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was because you fell down the rabbit hole when you were wandering around and you ran across this ancillary cause that may have been the linchpin in curing this thing.
I agree.
I mean, this is an important, this you should tweet that.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, that's important. That's important. One thing I want to tell you
Yes?
is write like you talk. Like don't change the wording.
Alrighty.
So
Yeah, on the tweeting thing, you can only, okay, I get it now. It shows me I have 140 letters that I can use. I guess that's what that is.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's not exactly how we just talked about it, but similar to it. Okay, so do you have any other words of wisdom for me? Because it's getting that time.
Well, I think we got to the words of wisdom. This is the 5-minute allergy cure.
All right.
Yeah, so that's the words of wisdom, and you know how to apply the 5-minute allergy cure.
I do.
Yeah, so you don't have to tweet that. We can stop. I mean, this is absolutely perfect.
All right.
You know, this was my idea of a really good movie because we dealt with the issue and completed it in one sitting.
Yeah.
You know, and there was a theme stated, and it was looked at and tested about and developed, and we fell down other rabbit holes and found out other things.
Definitely.
So great being with you.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me.
Yes, well, you're more than welcome, and thank you for helping me and being in the Cure Team, and I will see you at the Cure Team Assistance Meeting tomorrow,
11 in the afternoon?
11 a.m. EDT.
Okay.
11 a.m. EDT, my dear. Good being with you.
Thanks. Bye.
Wendy, bye. And that is our movie. Now, I just wanted to say that if you want to speak to somebody, I would be available, possibly, and also my outgoing message on my phone does give instructions about how to start if you haven't started yet. So, or you can just, leave me a message and I'll get back to you. So please feel free to call me. I'd be happy to speak to you. And here's my number. It's 813-672-3419. And I hope you enjoyed this movie. And it's fine to call me up and just tell me how you felt about it.